Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS, FANS. Let's get to the news. All right, folks, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you could be a game changer for the entire NFC South. And let's be honest, for the Falcons' Super Bowl ambitions. Rumors are swirling that the Denver Broncos, currently sitting at a solid 10-2 record and leading the AFC West, are making some serious moves that could shake up the league and more specifically our division. And one name is at the heart of it all, Patrick Surtain II. Yep, the Broncos' shutdown corner, a guy who's been a nightmare for offenses this year, might soon be donning our colors. The buzz started with a report from Diana Rossini, and it's pretty explosive. According to her, Denver, despite their impressive record and a pretty tight cap situation, around $15 million in cap space, might be willing to let go of Surtain II in what could be a blockbuster trade. Denver has been dominating the West, but their secondary, especially their cornerback depth, has been somewhat fragile. They're a team that's all in on their offense, especially after their recent focus on bolstering the wide receiver core in the AFC chase following Knick's incredible 94 passer rating. Still, their defense could use some reinforcements, and trading Surtain II might be their way to free up cap space and retool their roster. Now, that's where it gets really interesting for us. The report suggests that in exchange for Surtain II, the Falcons could send a second-round pick and a fourth-round pick in the 2026 draft. That's a pretty significant haul, especially considering Surtain's elite talent. He's a lockdown corner, a true shutdown type who can match up against the best receivers in the league. At just 25, he's already established himself as one of the top corners in the league. His stats this year are impressive. 4 interceptions, a top 3 grade from PFF in 2025 with a 92 coverage rating, and an 87. 4 grade in man coverage in 2024. He's been a force, allowing a catch rate of just 76.5%, with a projection of around 5 picks if he plays the full season, and his ability to cover and disrupt plays makes him a true game changer on the back end. What makes Surtain II such a perfect fit for Atlanta? Well, his skill set complements what we're trying to build on defense. The Falcons have been trending upwards defensively, especially with the emergence of A.J. Terrell, who's been an absolute beast and an elite corner himself. Pairing Surtain II with Terrell instantly transforms our secondary into one of the best in the league. Imagine a duo that can lock down the outside, neutralize deep passes, and make life miserable for opposing quarterbacks. That's the kind of addition that can elevate our entire defense, especially as we push toward the playoffs. But let's not forget the context behind this rumor. The Broncos are seemingly trying to balance their roster. They've been focusing heavily on their offense, adding weapons, and trying to keep Russell Wilson protected and productive. Their defense, however, has shown some cracks, especially in the secondary. Reports indicate that their cornerback depth has been thin, and their passing defense has been trending downward, with deep completions up 10% and overall yards per game allowed increasing from 250 to 175 yards. Their secondary, which was supposed to be a strength, has been vulnerable, especially against high-caliber offenses like the Chiefs. They've been prioritizing offense, which makes sense. They're trying to maximize their chances in a competitive AFC. But this leaves their secondary exposed, and trading Surtain II might be a strategic move to get some draft capital and reconfigure their defensive backfield. For the Falcons, this could be a massive step forward. Currently sitting at 6-6 with playoff odds around plus 9,000, we're right on the cusp of making a real push. Our secondary has had its struggles, especially with Jeff Okudah and A.J. Terrell dealing with injuries, and the absence of Jalen Hawkins has hurt our depth. Adding Surtain II would instantly give us one of the league's best corner duos, Terrell and Surtain, creating a nightmare scenario for opposing offenses. It would allow us to be more aggressive in coverage, limit big plays, and force turnovers. The numbers back this up. Our pass defense has been allowing 25% fewer yards, down from 250 to 175 yards per game, and our third down stops have jumped from 35% to 55%. That's significant. Plus, with Desmond Ridder now more comfortable in his second year, and the offense starting to click with Bijan Robinson and Kyle Pitts, the pieces are falling into place for a serious postseason run. Adding Surtain is not just about boosting our defense, it's about sending a message. It signals that the Falcons are serious contenders, ready to take the next step and compete with the best in the NFC. The NFC South is wide open, and with the Buccaneers struggling and the Panthers still rebuilding, a move like this could be the final piece of the puzzle. If Surtain joins us, he could be the X factor in our playoff journey, especially with his projected 92% success rate against slot receivers and the potential to rack up 3 interceptions in the playoffs. That kind of talent could turn the tide in close games, and his presence would make our defense one of the most feared in the league. Now, looking at the bigger picture, this trade would also shake up the entire league. The Broncos, by freeing up cap space and acquiring draft picks, could potentially retool quickly, adding more offensive weapons or beefing up their front seven. For Atlanta, it's about seizing the moment, making a bold move that could pay dividends for years to come. Surtain's leadership, experience, and elite coverage skills would elevate our entire defense and give the Falcons a new level of confidence heading into the final stretch of the season. Of course, the trade isn't just about the numbers and stats, it's about the culture. Surtain is known for his professionalism, work ethic, and leadership on and off the field. Bringing in a player of his caliber would be a huge boost for our locker room, reinforcing the message that we're not just here to compete, we're here to win. The Falcons have been building steadily, and a move like this could be the catalyst we need to make a real push in the postseason, maybe even secure that elusive Super Bowl appearance we've been chasing since our last run. So what's next? Well, it's all about the negotiations, the cap maneuvers, and whether the Broncos see the value in trading away such a talented player. But if this rumor turns into reality, it'll be one of the most impactful moves of the season. The Falcons could be on the verge of something special, and Surtain could be the missing piece that takes us over the top. Imagine the roar of the Mercedes-Benz Stadium when Surtain makes that game-changing play, sealing a playoff victory or shutting down a key opponent. That's the kind of excitement we're talking about. And remember, this isn't just about a player. It's about the future of the Falcons. We're in a prime position to make a serious push, especially if we add a player of Surtain's caliber. It's about building a defense that can stand toe-to-toe with the best and giving our offense the support it needs to thrive. With the right moves and a little bit of luck, this could be the year we finally break through and contend for that Super Bowl trophy again. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Atlanta Falcons news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So Falcons fans, what do you think about this potential blockbuster? Are you excited about Surtain possibly wearing the red and black? Do you believe this move could be the final piece for our playoff push? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear from all of you. Your opinions mean everything to us and to the Falcons organization. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates and analysis, so stay tuned for all the latest Atlanta Falcons news. Let's keep the passion alive and let's get ready for what could be an unforgettable season. Go Falcons!